All right, get ready to dive deep into Andorra la Vella. You've given us some amazing sources, articles, travel blogs, even some historical documents, so it seems like you want more than the typical touristy stuff.
Absolutely.
So are you thinking of a trip maybe, or are you just fascinated by this place?
Could be both, right?
Totally. Either way, get ready to go beyond those picture-perfect mountains and tax-free shopping.
We're going to uncover the heart and soul of Andorra la Vella.
Exactly. A spa that's also the tallest building. A melting clock sculpture straight out of Dali. Oh yeah, we're going there.
You know, it's funny. Andorra la Vella is often seen as just a quick stop for skiers or shoppers.
Right.
But there's so much more to it. When you dig a little deeper, you find this unique history of vibrant culture, all shaped by its geography and independence.
Okay, so let's unpack all this awesome info. We've got a list of the top 12 things to do in Andorra la Vella.
Well, let's boost.
But instead of just running through them, let's connect them to the bigger picture.
Sounds good.
Like Casa de la Val, for example.
Oh, Casa de la Vella.
You said it looks like a Disney movie, and it's true. This 16th century building is so picturesque, but it's also like the historical seat of government.
The general
Council, right.
Exactly.
So more than just a pretty face. Real power plays happened here.
Absolutely. Decisions made in Casa de la Val shaped Andorra's destiny.
Wow. And speaking of shaping destiny, that avant-garde bridge, Pont de Paris.
Oh, it's stunner.
It's more than just a photo op. Like, it symbolizes Andorra's embrace of modernity.
Fiction to the world, yeah.
You're right. It's a bold statement for a microstate. And speaking of bold statements, Caldea's Spa. 18 floors of spa heaven. The tallest building in Andorra.
Pretty impressive.
It's gotta be.
And it reflects a core part of Andorran culture, this love of well-being, relaxation. You know, it's a mountain nation.
Right.
They work hard, play hard, and value taking time to recharge.
So Caldea Spa isn't just a tourist trap, it's like a reflection of their values. That's really cool. What about Estadi National, the national stadium? Is that just for soccer fans, or is there something there for, like, the average visitor?
Well, catching a soccer match with those breathtaking mountain views is definitely unique.
Oh, yeah.
But Estadi National also shows Andorra's pride on the international stage.
They might be tiny, but they compete fiercely.
Yeah.
I love that underdog spirit. Okay, we can't talk about Andorra la Vella without mentioning the tax-free shopping. Is it really a shopaholic's paradise?
It depends on your definition of paradise, but Avinguda Marixel is definitely a haven for bargains.
Okay.
But that tax-free status, it actually has a deeper impact on their economy.
Tell me more.
It's a huge source of revenue for them, a key part of their economic strategy.
So it's not just about cheap electronics and perfume. There's a whole system built around it.
Exactly.
And while we're talking systems, I'm curious about Andorra's political system. It's a co-principality, right?
That's right.
That sounds interesting.
It is unique. They have two co-princes. One is the Bishop of Urgell in Spain, and the other is the President of France.
Whoa, okay.
Rooted in history and, reflects Andorra's balancing act between its larger neighbors.
Fascinating. So they've, like, held on to their independence through this delicate political dance.
It's quite remarkable.
Okay, so we've got history, economy, even the politics of Andorra la Vella. But what about, like, the everyday life of people? Where do we get a sense of that?
You got to experience Berry Antic.
The historic old town.
Yeah, and I'm not just talking cobblestone streets and cute buildings.
Bye-bye.
It's the local businesses, the cafes,
Yeah.
the rhythm of life that's been preserved.
It's the heartbeat of the city.
Exactly.
And speaking of heartbeats, what about those local brews we keep hearing about?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a craft beer scene in Andorra la Vella?
Absolutely. And it's not just the beer, it's the community, right?
Ah, the pubs and bars.
Yeah, where locals connect, tell stories.
I'm already thirsty. But before we hit the pub, let's talk adventure.
All right.
We've got articles about skiing, hiking, even mountain biking.
Sounds about right.
Is it really an outdoor enthusiast's dream?
The Pyrenees are just calling out for adventure.
Yeah.
And Andorra la Vella is the perfect base camp.
So you could explore ancient history one day and conquer a mountain the next?
Why not?
That's amazing. What if you're looking for a more relaxed escape? Is there a place where you can reconnect with nature without, like, breaking a sweat?
Park Central.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the heart of the city, a tranquil oasis.
Yeah.
You mentioned cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah, the cherry blossoms.
Imagine strolling along the riverbank, surrounded by those pink blooms.
That sounds incredible.
Serene.
And speaking of incredible, what about those rumors of a Christmas village? Does Andorra la Vella turn into, like, a winter wonderland?
The Andorra la Vella Christmas Village is a tradition.
Really?
It captures that holiday spirit perfectly.
I can imagine the atmosphere, the lights.
Roasted chestnuts, mulled wine.
It's like something out of a movie. Okay, adding that to my list. Now we have to cover all 12 of those must-do things.
Of course.
But there are a few that, like, really jump out at me.
I agree. There are some hidden gems here that deserve a closer look.
Absolutely.
Why don't we start with Casa de la Vella and really dive into its history?
Let's do it.
It's really a window into their past, like a symbol of their independence.
You mentioned 16th century, right? What was happening then? Like, were they fighting off invaders? Or signing treaties? What was going on?
Well, they've always been, in a delicate spot.
Yeah, between France and Spain.
Exactly. So in the 16th century, they were really solidifying that co-principality thing.
Right, right.
Which is why Casa de la Vella became so important.
So this building saw, like, centuries of Andorran politics play out.
Oh, yeah.
Were there any, like, dramatic, showdowns, power struggles within those walls?
Well, there's this room. It's called the Room of Lost Steps.
Ooh, spooky.
It's rumored, to have been used for secret meetings, negotiations, all very hush-hush.
A secret room. Okay, I'm intrigued. But let's be real, sometimes museums can be, well, a bit boring.
Yeah.
Is Casa de la Vella like a look but don't touch kind of place?
Not at all.
Yeah.
They've actually made it a really engaging experience.
Oh, good.
You can see, period furniture, artwork, even some ancient documents.
That's cool.
Really brings the history to life.
Okay, you've convinced me. Casa de la Vella is a must-see. Now let's go to the other end of the spectrum.
Good.
Caldea Spa, 18 floors. Is it really as luxurious as it sounds?
It's designed to be totally immersive. Lagoons, hydromassage saunas, you name it. They even have Indo-Roman baths inspired by, the ancient Romans.
Okay, Indo-Roman baths, now that's next level. But is it like one of those super quiet, serious spas?
Well, there are definitely areas for quiet relaxation, like if you want to meditate or just chill.
Right.
But they also have, like, social spaces.
Yeah.
Chat with friends, enjoy the vibe.
Okay, so a mix of chill and, like, social. I like it. And then there are those views, right? From the tallest building in Andorra.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm sold. Now, Estadi Nacional. You said it's more than just a place to watch soccer, right?
Right.
What's the energy like at a game?
Electric, especially when the national team's playing.
Oh, I bet.
Passionate fans, families, real sense of national pride.
You get to see that underdog spirit in action.
Exactly.
Speaking of underdogs, let's talk about that tax-free status. How has that shaped their economy and culture?
It's been a bit of a double-edged sword.
I can imagine.
On one hand, it's attracted businesses, tourists, boosted the economy. But there are concerns about sustainability,
Yeah,
relying too much on shopping tourism.
that makes sense. Not all sunshine and roses. There are trade-offs. So what about Avinguda Maritzel? What's the vibe like?
It's like this bustling European boulevard,
Cool.
lined with shops selling everything you can imagine.
Designer goods, local crafts, the whole shebang.
You got it. International brands
Yeah.
alongside small boutiques?
So it's not just like a generic mall experience.
Definitely not.
There's local flavor mixed in.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing those local brews we talked about, we can find those in Barrientic.
Oh, Barrientic is full of hidden gems. Cozy pubs, bars, serving up craft beers.
Nice, nice. From Andorra and beyond, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we are hitting up Barrientic. But before we do that, let's talk about those cherry blossoms in Park Central. You really painted a beautiful picture. When is the best time to see them in bloom?
You want peak cherry blossom season.
Yeah.
Late April to early May. Imagine, like, a sea of pink and white blossoms.
Against the backdrop of those mountains.
Exactly. Unforgettable.
Okay, that's going on my bucket list. What about winter? Is Andorra la Vella just like a ski town then? Or is there something special about the city itself during the holidays?
Oh, the Christmas village is pure magic.
Yeah.
You're strolling through market stalls. You've got mulled wine, carolers, the smell of roasted chestnuts.
Okay, you've convinced me. Andorra la Vella, in December it is. Now, we need to dive into a few more of those must-do attractions.
Right.
Which one should we explore next? You mentioned Gran Valira earlier, right?
Yeah, the huge ski resort.
It's amazing how you can go from, like, those historic streets
Right.
to hitting the slopes, like, almost instantly.
That's the beauty of Andorra.
Yeah.
That blend of city life and mountain adventure all packed into one tiny place.
So for someone who's, like, never skied before, Would Gran Valera be a good spot to start, or is it more for, the pros?
No, Grand Balier's really for everyone.
Okay.
Gentle slopes for beginners, challenging runs for the experts.
And everything in between.
You got it. Plus, they have those fantastic ski schools.
With, experienced instructors.
Oh, yeah, the best.
Okay, cool. And the views from the top of those slopes, I bet they're incredible.
Imagine standing at the peak, looking out over all those snow-capped mountains.
Wow.
That crisp mountain air.
Yeah.
Exhilarating.
Okay, skiing in Andorra officially added to the bucket list.
It should be.
Now let's go back to something a little more grounded, shall we? Park Central, you mentioned it as, a peaceful escape.
Yeah.
Right in the city center.
It really is. A perfect example of how they blend nature into the urban landscape. You can stroll along the riverbank, have a picnic, just soak it all in.
And those cherry blossoms.
Oh, they're magical.
They really add something special, don't they?
They transform the whole park. It's like a sea of pink and white.
Breathtaking.
Absolutely.
Now, I have to admit, I'm fascinated by the St. Esteve Church. It's incredible that something built in the 11th century is still, standing.
Standing and thriving.
Yeah, and part of the community.
It really shows the craftsmanship of that time. The Romanesque style, the arches, those thick stone walls, it's timeless.
What about the inside? What can we expect when we step through those doors?
You'll feel a sense of, serenity,
Okay.
reverence. The stained glass windows, the carvings, the smell of incense. It's like stepping back in time.
Wow, I love that. Now for something completely different.
Right.
Salvador Dali's melting clock sculpture. It's so bizarre.
It's Dali. What do you expect?
But also intriguing. What do you think he was going for with that?
Dali was all about, time and perception.
Right.
The melting clock, you could see it as a symbol of how fluid time is, how it changes in our minds.
It's amazing how one piece of art can, spark so many different thoughts. Where exactly can we find this mind-bending sculpture?
It's in Plaza de la Rotonda, right in the heart of the city.
So you can ponder the mysteries of time surrounded by the city.
Exactly, a little juxtaposition.
Speaking of the city, Plaza del Poble, it seems like the place to be for those panoramic views and, a taste of local life.
It's a microcosm of Andorra.
Yeah.
Locals, tourists, everyone's there.
All the energy of the city in one place.
And those sunset views.
Oh, that must be something else.
Imagine you're standing there, the sun setting behind the Pyrenees, the sky is like a canvas of orange and pink and purple.
Wow, I can picture it.
Unforgettable.
We've covered a lot today, haven't we? History, landscapes, spas, surreal art. Andorra la Vella really seems to have it all.
It's a place that surprises you. Small, but mighty, ancient, but modern.
A hidden gem just waiting to be discovered.
Exactly.
So if you're looking for a place that offers, a little bit of everything,
Andorra la Vella might just be the perfect spot for you.
couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Andorra la Vella.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've learned something new and maybe even found your next travel destination.
Happy travels, everyone.
Until next time.